Good morning, church. This is such a rare honor and privilege for me to be connecting with you guys this morning. It's an amazing day, an amazing Sunday morning, and I'm sure that your mind has been greatly prepared for this amazing meeting. And I can tell you're really going to be blessed this morning, okay? Get your pen, your paper, get everything you could write with, bring them all together. Open your mind also as we, go about this morning's conversation about money matters. That's the theme guiding the entire month. And I'm truly excited to be bringing you, this set of teaching today. I have tagged it securing your financial future. All right, securing your financial future. You would agree with me that when it comes to the subject of money, the Bible is not an alien to that subject. The Bible, it's is very loud about the subject of money. All right, so I think if you check out all around the Bible, about 800 times, was a reference made to money. Either as money, either as gold or silver. Those were the forms of money that we have back then. All right, so and of course, it would be very interesting. I want to believe that everybody, every individual who has the capacity to work today, you're working, you are doing something, you should at least go and familiarize yourself with the history of money. Please go and learn about it. It will help you going forward. Because today the world talks about value, the world talks about how to get money coming over to you. You would not have that full understanding except you look at the history. Okay, what was money in the 19th century, during the era of Adam, during the Moses era? What was money like? What did they refer to as money? All right, at the era of my grandparents, how was cowrie? Just cowrie, just one shell they got from the ocean, and then people were using it as a means of exchange. As a form of money at that time. You need to understand trade by barter. How come, before we had paper money, paper forms of money, you need to understand the forms of money that we've always had. All right, so it doesn't seem as if we're just floating in the air and then we're missing out some very important fundamental points. And then, as an aside, I would also like to tell you the forms of money continue to change as we constantly make progress with technology. Okay, so you must have heard about the world, governments of the world pushing at the time cashless economy. Then went all card. We had the Visa card, MasterCard, all those things, and then the world has moved already from then. All right, even though we're still using them, but they are already going, today we do more of transfers, bank transfers, wireless payments, and all those things are in vogue, right? And then not just to talk about that alone, the world constantly talks about digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, and the likes. You need to strongly equip yourself with all this knowledge. And yes, it's going to take time to achieve mastering them. You don't even, as it were, need to be a professor in all of these things, all right? You just need to be aware. Because why? Ignorance is not anything good at all. If you have learned how to physically work hard for yourself, go out, have a 9 to 5, have a business, and you don't understand how money itself works, you are doing it wrong. You are doing it entirely wrong. And it would be you doing yourself a great disservice, a great punishment to yourself that you are not moving when the world is moving. Stay with me this morning. It promises to be a mind-blowing session. Yes, mind-blowing session. And yes, I must really appreciate the pastorate of Pastor Kayode and Pastor Alex over the churches of New Realms. And then, yeah, thank you. Thank you. We need more people in the body of Christ today, pointing the members to the fact that, yes, you need to know about money. You need to take this subject very, very importantly. We can't allow the secular sector to dictate continually the pace at which people go with money. All right. We need people who are kingdom conscious. We need people who have a right attitude and character. All right. We need them in high places. We need them generating money in good numbers, very, very good numbers, so that we can, move the world together. We can have better assemblies. We can have better people. We can create, a lot of things we can do. Money is so powerful. I must tell you, money is so powerful. And yes, the Bible made reference to it over 800 times. Then you should be able to tell that this is a subject you don't personally want to joke with. Our Lord Jesus Christ had about 39 parables also in the Bible. And then about 11 of them were directly involved with money, right? They were just so directly, specifically talking about money. And then, yes, he made miracles also in that light. So money is very, 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 very important. You must, at this point, I like to tell people, be very, very comfortable, be at peace, be in love with yourself and the fact that you want to make money. All right. Be confident in the fact that, yes, I want to make money. I want to be rich. All right. Say it to yourself confidently at every point in time. And I love the slogan of the church. I've always been saying it. I will always have. You must, be confident, be at peace with the fact that, yes, I must always have money. Why? Bible says money is a defense. That's one of the things the Bible says. Money is a defense. All right. So now so we don't, lose the trend of thoughts that I have today. Securing your financial future is what I'll be focusing on. My name is Toby Kalejai. And yes, I'm not new to New Realms, and so I'm sure that there won't be a need to really, really go talking in details about myself and all of those things. Let's focus on the subject so we can have enough time for this conversation. And if there are opportunities to take question and answers also, we would do that immediately. Your strongest weapon when it comes to being rich, being wealthy, the strongest weapon you can have in your arsenal, the first thing that is very, very, very crucial, you can't do anything else. Every other thing you want to do must stand on this foundation. The foundation is that of your income. You must, as it were, make sure that you have a source of income. And I believe this is one point where you should listen to me very, very carefully, because I've seen a lot of people make a mistake when we talk about income. They begin to think, oh, I'm getting it wrong, maybe because my income is not high enough, it's not much enough, or that, right? I know your income, very, 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 very important, all right? The problem about people's income and what people think about their income is most times people say, my income is too low, all right? Of course, you can do the random sampling by yourself also. Talk to people. I've never seen anybody complaining that I make too much money. I make too much money. Nobody complains about that. Nobody comes to say, my job is overpaying me. All right. So the only thing you get to hear people talk about from time to time is what? My income is low. I'm not making so much money. What else? Things in that regard. My job is bad. my business is not moving, there's no money coming through, blah, 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 blah. And this is what I like to say. If your income is low, think in this light. One person who is making maybe 50K Naira a month, another person who is making 100K Naira a month, then there's another person who is making, let's say, 200,000 Naira a month. In terms of income, in terms of the magnitude or the size of what they are earning, obviously the guy who is making 200K is earning much more. But now, the guy who is earning 200K on a monthly basis is spending 250,000 every month. The guy who is making 100,000 spends 100,000 every month. The person who is making 50,000 Naira saves 10,000 Naira every month. Now judge for yourself, who is having a better financial book of these three persons that we've stated out? Obviously, the guy who is earning 50,000, right? Know this and know this very, very well. Irrespective of how much you are earning, even if you earn $1 million Naira on a monthly basis, you earn 5 million Naira on a monthly basis, and your expenses outweighs what you're making, right? What you're spending is more than what you are making, you will be poor. Simple and short. I've seen bankers who are poor. I've seen doctors who are poor. I've seen teachers who are poor. I've seen web developers who are poor. I've seen crypto traders who are poor. I've seen every form of strata of employment or job or business you want to talk about. I've seen the rich do it. I've seen the poor in those industries. What will always make the difference? So when you're saying my income is small, always go back to this narrative. What are you spending on? We're in a generation whereby people have been taught a lot about working, be diligent, be consistent, push harder, do this, do that. And I love it. This is very, very, very good. But we are not telling people to monitor or give attention to their expenses. This is the generation where there is so much competition with the way we live our lives. I might buy a wristwatch of 5,000 and then it's fine, good. I'm loving it in the moment where I'm buying it until I see another one, which is maybe 10,000 Naira. And then I lose my peace over the one I have currently. All right. And then you are chasing again. You want to go buy another one. You want to go get this because somebody posted a picture at the restaurant. You don't even know whether he paid or she paid for the food, or it was how do I put it, a giveaway, or you don't even care. This is that generation. The next thing you are saying to yourself, you're losing your peace. Me too, I must go, I must go, I must do it, I must do it, I must do that, I must. And we are, playing into the hands of the rich people because they know the rich, the people who run these mega businesses, the Facebook, the big corporations, the McDonald's, the name them, all these big, household names that we have today. They tell you, enjoy now, buy one, get one free, chase it, do it now, do it today, buy now, pay later. All right. And this stimulates people. You're already spending from the money you're about to earn. That's a life in deficit. Such people would never, ever get to that point of financial freedom or security that we are considering today. I'm here to go into the message. I'm only laying a foundation. And we need to get this clearly and be on the same page. Brothers and sisters, people today are not suffering because they are not making money, but because they are spending much more than they are earning. Now, the second side of it is this. Some people say, okay, legitimately, all right, my income is low. What do you tell somebody who is making 50,000 naira? What do you tell such a person about investing, about saving, about this, about that? There are people who come on that flip side, and I tell them point blank, it might seem hard, it might seem difficult, it might seem unnice. You are not fixed. Nobody puts you in an organization and say you must work here till you die. Nobody puts you in a business and say you must be here till you die. You're not a tree. You are human, you are dynamic. Your income is a clear representation of what value you are either giving out or how you value yourself. Understand this clearly. Whatsoever you earn or you're earning on a monthly basis or a daily basis, irrespective of how your income comes through, is a clear representation of one, either how you value yourself. If someone says, okay, you are going to come do this, maybe you're a photographer, for an example. Okay, we're going to cover this wedding. Please cover it for us at 100,000 naira. There are other persons who are covering weddings at 2 million naira. There are other persons who are covering weddings at 500,000. It's one of two things. Either you are yet to skill up to that level, or you are yet to brand yourself up to the level. So you are currently earning based on the value you either perceive yourself to be worth or the one people perceive you to be worth. So if you are working in a school or you are doing your job as a teacher, I don't have anything against, whether what kind of job you're doing, all right? Try to understand. You're working in a job and then you're earning 50,000 naira maybe as a teacher. Some even earn way less, maybe let's say 30,000 on a monthly basis. And there are other teachers in the same country who are earning some way, maybe around 300, 400, or I really don't know. It's not really my industry. But let's say there are other teachers who are earning currently more than you are. The question you should ask yourself is, why am I stuck in this place where I'm underpaid? If you know that your value is more than that, then you go to a higher place, you go to where you are valued appropriately. Very, very important. I don't believe in the idea of there's no job, there's no opportunities. If you are going to be honest with yourself, these things are not true. Is it difficult at the top? Yes. Is it hard at the top? Yes. That's the truth. Do you want to remain at the bottom? The answer is no. If the answer is no, you must do what the people at the top do. You must strive out. You must push yourself. You must get that energy. It's a must do. Nobody is coming to save you. That's the truth. So if your income is low, number one, understand the perception of value you are giving out or how you value yourself. So if compare yourself, maybe you are just a teacher compared to somebody else who has gone to upskill, taken special courses, done this, done special programs here and there, and then the person has packaged up, and then you are there at that level. So when your income is low, understand. I've seen people who tell me, okay, I'm looking for a job, and I'm asking, okay, you're looking for a job. What can you offer the organization that wants to employ you? And then everywhere is quiet. It is a job. It means you want to go and work somewhere. What skills do you have to present to that organization? What are you going to present? Okay, I can do data analysis for them. I'm skilled with social media marketing. I can take over their social media pages. I can, ensure they increase their revenue from this, that. I can draft advertising campaign for your business. These are the things people want to hear. It's not, I'm looking for a job, I want to come and work for you. And then I'm like, okay, so what are you going to do? What can you bring to the table? This is what my business is doing. What can you do for my business? Take my business to the next level. Then we share. I make money, you make money. That's how it works. That's what a job is all about. All right. So you can't just be coming arms folded and then you're no job. No, there will never be a job. Look at the population of Nigeria as we're over 200 million people with, we are currently undergoing a lot of brain drain in our system, in our society. And then, businesses are scared due to insecurity here, there. So many things, so many factors coming through, right? Definitely there's going to be competition for the best of jobs out there. Ask yourself, how do I step in? How am I going to fit into this competition so that I can earn way much more higher than I'm earning currently? So if you have a challenge with your income, excuse me. All right. If you are having a challenge with your income, saying maybe it's too low, it's not enough, I've stated the things you can do. So many things. You are not a tree, all right? You're not a tree. Bible says we're like a tree planted by the riverside, right? I know. All right. But in reality, you're not a tree. You can move, right? You can move, get yourself from point A to point Z. You can move. So secondly, I'm still building up the foundation to what we're going to talk about today. All right. Yes. If you can, of course you can. You can. There's a lot of power in the human, in humanity, as well. In humans, we are so powerful. You can change your life, at the snap of the finger. You say, the point you wake up and say, this thing, this aspect of my life, I want to change it. Nothing can stop you, actually. Like, you're unstoppable. That's who we are. We're that powerful. All right. We're that powerful as humans. So if you can, please understand, your expenses, they must never be greater than your income. You must do something about that. Don't tell me your income is low. I'm not going to take it, right? Because you can do something about it. People who complain about low sources of income, I'm going to talk about, people who you're doing your best, and then, how you can make the most of your little earnings. I'm going to talk about that towards the end of this. There are several opportunities for people in that category, right? Excuse me. All right. So your expenses, you must make sure you do everything. Watch it. If you earn and spend, you are not Jesus Christ, all right? You are not going to be the next Jesus Christ. You're giving everybody, all your income at the end of the month. You're just Father Christmas. You're spending recklessly, and then when you go broke, you're like, nobody's helping me. I'm only the one helping people. You're setting yourself up, all right? I've been there. You're setting yourself up. You should help people. I'm not going to say don't help people, right? But you must create a budget for yourself. This is the first thing I want to make sure that everybody here, everybody who is under the sound of my voice today, so long you are sure you have a source of income, the next thing you should strive for, make sure you do, if you want to be rich, if you want to multiply your money, if you want to make the most of what you're earning, live by a budget. I'm sure you must have heard the saying, that says beggars don't have a limit, right? There's no limit. There's no end, right? From the hand of the beggars. They just want to keep taking. I don't know why I'm stressing this though. Yeah. Beggars have no limit. So a giver must be very, very wise. See, budgeting is very, very, very important. It's not enough to say, I earn 20,000 naira and then I don't know what I use my money for. It's a lie. The only reason you don't know what you use your money for is because you've not taken a pen to paper to say, okay, I bought fuel, 5,000. Then yeah, I saw that lovely shirt, I bought it, 5,000. And yeah, Friday, we went to the club, 10,000. That's the only reason you think you're spending, you don't know where your money is going to. I know people talk about this a lot. Salary just came, bam. And then now I don't know, how did I spend this money? But when you sit down, pen to paper, you start understanding, oh, I did this, I did that. And guess what? You can track the flow. When you see how your money is being spent, then it's up to you to now to ask yourself, am I doing it right? The popular saying we all know that says, if you continue to do the same thing over and over and you're expecting a different result, that's the beginning of insanity, right? You want a different result, you must do something different. Last year, you checked all your policies, working from January to December, no investment, no savings, no nothing, all because of what you didn't do. It's not enough to mentally be aware. I know this subject, this can't be the first time you are hearing something like this. I'm dead sure. The only difference is, let this be the first time you want to start doing something about this kind of message. Do something about it. You must do something. I can share a template, the same template I've used, helping people. And I figured this is genuine way. You can raise millions and millions of naira, in a space of time, right? You're going to give it time, either through investing, definitely, you give it time, but people don't follow. That's the problem. People don't follow. People are not committed enough because why? They don't make the most of their income. They don't live by a budget. Anywhere belle face leads to nowhere. Money comes in, oh, the Lord is good. You spend it all. Another one will come. I know it will come. Guess what? Have you started thinking about the moments, the time, the season when you will no longer be able to go out there and work anymore? All right? You don't, either maybe because you're not physically active anymore to work. Some of you, very common, are working a job that is not pensionable. Some people are running small-scale businesses, no pension. The day you decide not to work, no money comes in through for you. Have you started planning and thinking, what would you do at those periods? Those days when you will no longer be physically able, right? You don't have the physical capacity to go work anymore. What would you do at those periods, all right? Time is not a friend here. I need to run a bit more. Budgeting your income, very, very, very important. Number 3, it's sad. It's just the reality anyway. You can be very hardworking, very committed, very pious, love the Lord, love his people, hardworking, all the good qualities you could think of, especially in a country like Nigeria, and you will still be poor. The reason is because of inflation. Primarily, inflation is eating up Nigeria's economy so badly, all right, that if you had 100,000 naira in January, and this is November, your 100,000 naira in January cannot buy what it could buy, right? Your 100,000 naira today cannot buy what it could buy in January. Things are more expensive. Food is very expensive. Purchasing power is dropping so badly. And guess what? Income is not increasing for most people. There is a serious inflation that is happening in our economy. All right. You are not the Minister of Economics. You are not the commissioner for anything. You can't save Nigeria. Can you save yourself? The answer is yes. You can do something to protect your own income. I can cast your mind back to maybe that was earlier this year. How much were we exchanging dollar? Around 360, 365. And at some point, it got as high as 570, right? So it meant just simple. If you had 1 million naira when the price was around 365, and when price got to around maybe 570 thereabout, how many percentage have you lost? Nearly 30%. Excuse me. By not doing anything, you've lost about 30% the value of your money. And that's what even that's what's mathematically recorded. But in the street, we know that the rate of inflation in Nigeria is actually higher than 16%. Food is going up, so fast. Things are just, like the prices of things are no longer regular. What can you do? You must learn to protect yourself against inflation. And I'm going to, talk about a few things where you can, easily, control that within your means. Some people say, yeah, you can save in the US dollar, you can save in USDT. I don't want to get ahead of myself or lose the trend of this thought. So let me finish, then I will just put up some recommendations at the end of this. All right. Hedge yourself against inflation. Very, very, very important. Then number 4, you must, as a matter of fact, irrespective of whatsoever amount you're earning, you must put aside routinely, consistently, a certain percentage of your income. Not to be given away, not to be saved, to be invested. You must invest. You must invest. See, when you have a job, you are using your time to make money. Is it bad? No. When you have a business, you're using your time still to make money. But when you're using your money to make money, that's the height of it. That's what investors do. That's the only way to be sustainably free. You must learn how to use your money to make more money. Very, 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 very important. And then, yeah, because of the Nigerian factor again, a lot of people have leveraged on the fact that people want to make more money, created a lot of Ponzi schemes, created a lot of, ways whereby they siphon people's money. They tell you to bring your money, they'll do this for you. And then tomorrow they are gone. All right. My mission, what I'm sharing with you and what I've consistently shared and taught as a principle is you must learn to do it yourself. These things are not hard. There are websites today, there are softwares today that can help you with basic calculations, right? To let you know, excuse me. And if at all you don't know anything, buy cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. You don't buy, just once and then you let it crash all over on you. You buy them in bits over time. This is called dollar cost averaging. Maybe I can drop a link to a video I did on this that can help people. I can't really cover it in this teaching. I think I'm nearly running towards the end of my time. All right. But yes, you can go watch about dollar cost averaging. There are principles you can use so that your little 5,000 naira, 10,000. And I should have, there's a video I did, recording a teaching I did where I showed how personally I've been able to generate over $50,000, following this strategy in 2017 from just an investment of about $2,000. All right. You don't have to break a bank, right, to be wealthy with cryptocurrencies. Thankfully, this technology is there. It's available. A lot of people are teaching and talking about it today. I've been talking about this since 2016, 17, but this is 2021. The knowledge is out there for everyone. Don't give your money to anybody. I strongly advocate for that, all right? You can pay for education, pay for knowledge, but anybody telling you I'm going to do this on your behalf, don't. And I know why I'm giving that caveat, all right? I've seen a lot of people screw their money just because they are lazy to either do the work but for themselves or lazy to put in the time to learn and know what to do. Learn it. And as a matter of fact, crypto is not the only way to even be rich in our time and age. Real estate is still as solid as it's always been. It is still very, very solid till tomorrow. All right. You can do these things. Excuse me. You can do these things. You can find out, look for trusted realtors who can give you advice. Start pretty small, learn a lot, put in all the energy. Of course, understand the risk that is also involved when you are trying to use your money to make money. There is always a risk involved with every opportunity that comes your way, right? But you should not, because of the risk, miss out on the reward. Don't, because of the risk involved, miss out on the reward. The reward far outweighs the risk involved. You might miss it one or two occasions, but you need to, once you figure out what is the right thing to do, the best strategy to keep at, then you would find your foot. This is the only way to sustainably be rich. Nobody became rich by running a small business. Nobody became rich by just running, working a little job that pays you almost peanuts, right? But what you do with your income is what will tell if you are going to be rich or not. It is about what you're doing with what you are making. I've seen people who make a lot of money when it comes to maybe their monthly job or their businesses. People make money, at a short space of time, and then they lose it all again. So it's not about ability to make money. I have taught that. I'm passionate about that. But when it comes to the business of finance and sustainably being rich, when it comes to the subject of financial freedom, it is about what you are doing with what you are making. It is not first about how much you are making. It is about what you are doing with how much you are making. Very, 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 very important. If you're not faithful in little, don't expect more to be committed into your hands. That's the truth. If you're not faithful with what you call little, and let me quickly address this when it comes to couples and family people. See, the synergy of a man and a woman is maybe to a very large extent not maximized in most families. All right? We are not making the most of the synergy, especially in situations where the husband brings money to the table, the wife brings money to the table. I know when, for families who are trying to maybe at the phase of raising children and all those things, one person may not get to actively be working, especially the women, in our African culture, which is not a bad thing in itself, all right? You just both need to always understand, okay, when do we switch on to when both of us start working again? How do we structure the finance of this family? Go read it up. In the US today, over 50% of marriages that break up are splitting because of financial issues, not even infidelity. All right. So that's for people who have proper records and documents, right? We don't have. We just know that marriage splits up. All right. Maybe a man is feeling she doesn't rate me because I don't have money. The woman is feeling, oh, he took my job away from me and all those things. So many things. We just don't document them enough. Finances are very, very, very important. When the gish of I love you, you are my sweetheart, you are my, when everything is all over, and then the landlord is knocking on the door, or the school fees of children pointing at you, and then you're like in-laws here and there, and then problems start coming gradually, but you can't avoid this as a family, as a couple. I don't love the idea where, a man says, because I'm the one working, the one bringing money to the table, then I can buy a shoe of 30,000 naira this month. Next month, you bought a shirt of 25,000. And then, you're just spending lavishly. That's foolish in my opinion. It's a whole lot, pretty foolish. or it's the woman who is making more money, and then because of that, every other weekend you are buying one ashwebi or the other, you're on one journey to one ceremony. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I so much love the Western life this lately. They invite you to a party and then they are telling you should come with this drink or this one. What food do you want? They're asking you what food you want for the event they're inviting you to, and they're still telling you, okay, come with it. You can easily get it at so and so restaurant, and then you're like, oh really? Are you people joking? They understand, like you don't put unnecessary financial burden on yourself because you want to go celebrate somebody, or and all of those things. So what am I saying? As couples, very, very, very important. How much are we making together in a month? What's our family expense, right? How much are we spending to keep the family running? What's important to us? We're going to dress well, but let's have a budget. So that it's not every shoe that you're buying. If you know you need 2 shoes, you're not going to, you need 2 shoes and then you have a budget of 10,000. You're not going to buy the one of 10,000 because you need 2, and then only one is already taking 10K. The entire budget of you. We need to come to the point where we are planning our finances at family levels. Very, very, very important. Guess what? If you as an individual, maybe you're saving 10% of your income, I actually recommend 20% of your income must be invested every month. Very, very important. So if you are investing 20% of your income, maybe if you're making 500,000 and you're investing 20% of that, that's how much? 100,000 naira every month, right? Very, very essential. Now think about it. You and your wife, you're both, maybe your wife also brings 300K in on a monthly basis. You have more to invest. You have about, that's how much, about 160,000 naira as a family for your investing every month. Be diligent with it. Take it very, very seriously. If you're still dating, you're still in a relationship, maybe you guys are seeing a future with each other, start planning, start having these conversations. What are you doing with your money? Because you don't expect to marry somebody who has a bad or a terrible spending culture for the last 25 to 30 years, and then you expect that once we marry, you have to change it. No, it's not going to work. If you're married already, you both need to, it's not a thing of fighting. It's a family. It's a teamwork. Sit together and, talk about it. How do we change our financial situation as a family? It is very, very, very important. If you want to build a lasting family, you want to build a lasting home, you both must come together, sit down and aggregate your income, your budget, and make sure you know how you intend to spend from time to time. Avoid all these get rich quick schemes, here and there. People promising to make you $1 million, blah, blah. They want to give you 30% every month. They want to give you that. It's not going to work, all right? You must have seen way too much enough to know they are not going to work. There are investment education platforms here and there. Enroll for one, learn these things, right? Learn and then look out for something that you can be able to do by yourself and for yourself, all right? Lastly, yes, what are the ways you can protect yourself against inflation? You can save in currencies that have lesser inflation rate than the one you're currently using, all right? I've talked about Naira for an example. The inflation rate with Naira is terrible. You can save in the US dollar, right? You're not going to save the money you need next month though, right? Not the money you need for your rent in 2 months or 3 months time. You want to go put in an investment. It doesn't make sense. You need to understand, properly appropriate and plan. Very, very, very essential, all right? Excuse me, I'm bringing this to an end already. Yes, yes, I will make the link available for people who are interested and you can see how you can, grow your cryptocurrency portfolio over time, because that's my strongest point. Currencies are my strongest point. So it may not be for everyone, just for a few persons who are interested and who need that knowledge. you might be able to get that, so it can help you. There's no way I can infuse that into the teaching I'm doing currently. There are questions you should ask yourself, and then you must provide answers. If you actually want to be rich, you want to get to that point where money is no longer a problem for you. All right, where money is not your problem, where you are sure that after working, right, because you are putting in your strength, your energy right now, you're working, devoting yourself, dedicating your energy right now, there will be seasons where you can't work anymore. You must be able to make sure that you are putting things in place to make sure that your money can work for you when you can no longer work. Very, very, very important. Don't live for now. Don't live for now. All right? Don't spend everything, vanish everything. It doesn't make any sense. Does it make sense? It doesn't make any sense. These are questions you should begin to ask yourself. If you're currently in debt, you need to plan your way out of debt. If you need to sit down with somebody and be honest, you are not going to be the first person who is into stupid debts, making wrong financial decisions. So you need people who will counsel you out of it. People will walk you out of it. You need that. If you're in debt, make sure you walk out of debt first thing first, or else you are building on a ground that is not solid. It will collapse. You will lose your mind after a while. And then you need to ask yourself, what's my current net worth? What am I able to bring in? I know there's so much energy and talk about having extra sources of income. The one you have currently, how solid is it before you want to go out to get an extra one? If it's solid, yeah, go for an extra one, fine. Then what's your current net worth? You need to be able to put down, put this on pen and paper, answer these questions. What are your financial goals as an individual or as a family for the next 5 years? Very, very, very important. All right. Yes. What will you start doing differently after today? After today, what are you going to start doing differently? And then what percentage of your income are you going to put aside? Not to be saved. All right? Not to be saved. Understand me. Savings is different. To be invested. Investing, that means you are putting your money to work to ensure it can make money for you. And then when you're doing this, you must have a long-term perspective. Investing is not this thing people do, and then in 6 months, you're like, oh, how much is my money? In 12 months, in a year. No, you must have that long term. It's like you're building a skyscraper. You're building for your future. You are putting money aside to work for you for the days when you will no longer be physically able to work for yourself. You can do this with buying currencies. You can do this with buying stocks, buying bonds. You can do this also with buying. Of course, if you are buying stocks and bonds, make sure it's in the New York Stock Exchange. Don't buy in the Nigerian market. The market is so uncertain and unstable. It's not me being unpatriotic, it's just the truth. This is me coming from a financial standpoint, right? Buy into markets that are stable. And as you do this, definitely, you will discover that money is good. Money is, is yours to have. It's yours to have. Honestly, money is yours to have, right? Money looks good on you. If you think you're looking great now, come on, look at yourself when your income is like 10x of what you currently have now. Look at yourself with that light, and you can do these things. In the next 5 years, if you start today, start planning, start building yourself up. In the next 5 years, you will not be able to understand yourself. But so many people want to do it today, want to do it now, and then they give up tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. Stay consistent, stay at it. And then definitely I'm sure that you would see God's blessings, God's ability to multiply that which you can do. All right. It's been an amazing Sunday service with you guys. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.